Hi, everybody. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up your first GitHub repo and connecting it to your local machine here on a Windows machine. So the first step, I have another video that has walked you through the steps. Remember, the first step is to install Git. And for a Windows machine, you're going to go here to gitforwindows.org, download and install this. And it is going to give you something called Git Bash. That is going to be your terminal. Okay. Now, make sure you create a folder where you want all of your GitHub repositories to be. So you can see here, actually, I want to go to my desktop. I'll go here. So CD to, I have something called Git repos that I have already created. And so if you look here, there's something in there called Git test, but we're going to do another one right now. This is the window, your terminal that you will use to do these commands to configure your username and your email. Okay. You don't need to do any of the others of these. And this is also how you can confirm that you have GitHub installed if you do Git version, then you can confirm that it's installed. All right, so we are going to start on the GitHub side. So here's my GitHub account. And what I am going to do is initiate or create the repository here on my GitHub account first. So I'm going to go here to create a new repository. The name I'm going to give it is first-git. And everything else stays the same. Let's put a README file in it and create this repository. Now, to link this repository to your local machine, you click here on code, make sure you're on this SSH option, copy this, go over to your Git Bash terminal, make sure you are inside of the directory where you want the folder to be created. And we're going to type git clone, and Control C, Control V don't work here. If I right click, I'll just go to paste. So the shortcut is Shift Insert. So that pastes that in there. And we just let it run. And if I ls now, you'll see that I have a directory in here called first git. I cd into that and ls, you'll see the README file. So it is connected, right? All right, so now the other thing is you should have installed Visual Studio Code. So I am going to open Visual Studio Code. And you also want to make sure and install the extension of Live Server in here that will allow you to automatically run your file, right? So that's here. If I go here to extensions, you're going to search for Live Server. I already have it installed, but you're going to install it. All right, so I'm in Visual Studio Code. I need to navigate to my folder. So you have to know where it is. Mine is here. Git repos. There we go. So navigate to that folder. Actually, I want to go not to that folder. I need to go into my first Git folder. So let me actually get to the right one here. So again, you just need to know where you put your folder and be able to get to it. So I want this one, first Git. Just click on it once and select the folder. And you will see the README file that is in there, right? So let's create our index.html. So I'm going to click here, new file, index.html. And there are some shortcuts you can use here. If I type HTML, click on this one, 5, then it gives me this template, which is really nice. I'm going to give it a title, right? Let's just put an H1 in here. First Git repo. Okay. If I want to see this file, if I go here and right click on index.html, actually first I need to save all, right click here, open with live server. And you see here is my page that I'm working on. And as I make changes to it, it will automatically get updated. Okay. Now let's go back over here and let's open up our terminal. So click on terminal, click on new terminal. And it's important though over here, I need you to select here on the plus git bash. So we need our git bash terminal to be in effect here. Okay, that's very important. So ls, you can see now we have our index.html in this readme. If I do git status, it shows me that this index.html has not been staged, has not been committed. So my process is git add dot. That now has staged that file. If I do git status now, you see it's in green. And let's commit it. So git commit -m added index.html. Right? If I do git status now, it tells me this message, your branch is ahead of origin master by 1 commit, is telling me that I have changes here locally that have not been pushed up to GitHub. So if I do git push, and let me, before I do that, I want to show you that again on my GitHub account right now, under this repository, it says 1 commit. That was the first one, right? So let's go back over here and do this command. And if I go back to my GitHub account now and refresh the page, you see it shows 2 commits. If I click there, I can see, you see that's where your message on your commit comes from. And you can go into that particular file, right? All right, so let's do another little change here. So let's add a style sheet. And there's another useful shortcut here. If I type in link, this one, CSS, it will link a file called style. I need to go over here and create that file. Right? Let me start with the things I always like to put in my CSS file. Margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box. And if I save all right now, you'll see an effect on that because you see right now where that there's a little bit of space around that. So let me go and save all, and that will update my page. See how it's all in the corner now? That's because of these resets that I've put on here. Okay, let's give it a background color. Right, if I save all, then you see that it got updated, right? If I go over here and make a change here, if I save all, then I immediately see that change. All right, so we've done a few changes. Let's do git status. And it tells me I've modified it index.html and I've added a new file. So let us git add dot. Now it's prepared. If I do git status now, see everything's in green. Now I'm going to do git commit -m added style.css. Again, the message is for you to help you remember what did you change there. You can be as descriptive as you want. Git push, well, yeah. So if I do a git status now, it tells me that I need to push to get my repository on GitHub up to date. So I do git push. And now when I go back over to my repository and refresh, I see 3 commits, right? So that is the process that I want you to get comfortable with. Working here in Visual Studio Code with the terminal window open and doing your git add dot every so often, or git status to see what's going on, git add dot to stage the changes, git commit to actually take the snapshot, and then git push to push that to your GitHub repository. So make sure that you are able, and notice here, if I do an ls here now, you can see the index.html, the README, and the style.css. So make sure that you are comfortable with that process, because that is what we are going to be doing starting with our JavaScript unit.